Hi, good afternoon, everyone who may already be in the stream. We are just waiting for Avi to come back on in full color before we start the stream. Welcome to the episode 2 of Leadership During Crisis Online Summit series. And we're very, very happy to actually have our guests online with us right now. We have Srijata at the bottom left of the screen and Rafiya on the bottom right of the screen. So say hello to everyone.
Hello.
Great, great. So what we'll do today is basically let me just share with you the agenda for this particular episode. We will start off right now at 1:50 p.m. for a welcome and chat, and then followed by the airing of the episode at 2 p.m. So after the video itself, there will be a live Q&A. So for you, basically, you can actually, if you have any questions to ask our guests today, you can actually type on the screen towards your right-hand side, the chat box there, or if you're coming in from the phone, at the bottom of the screen for us. So now, let's basically just chat for a little while we're waiting for Avi to come back on. So how have you been, Srijata?
Oh, I have been doing well, staying safe at home and enjoying the me time sometimes and enjoying work and doing a lot of stuff on my own. That's a good thing.
That's good. What about you, Rafia? How have you been?
Uh, I was great because I got extra quality time with my family, so I'm enjoying that part. And yeah, I have been doing a lot of learning. Initially, I did not get the opportunity to finish. I have a list of books, so I'm focusing more on finishing those books and also some e-learning programs that I'm working on. So hope to finish all soon. And I'm also volunteering for the impacted families because of the COVID-19. So that's keeping me busy.
Great, great. Thanks for sharing. And we have Avi right now here actually with us on screen at the moment. Hi, Avi.
Hi.
Hi, Avi.
So now back to you, ladies. I think you have, Sirijata, you've been doing, how's your online programs going?
So I am yet to commute on the 18th of May, but there has been a lot that I have generated, which is a great thing. So yes, that work is going on in full fledged, and it's keeping me a lot busy.
That's good. So I saw that you posted something on something for the association in India as well.
Yeah, so 21 of us from the Professional Speakers Association India joined our in India, the lockdown happened for 21 days in the beginning, right? So the first phase of the lockdown. So what we decided is that we will bring out a book that would talk about different pivot strategies for your business and for your life during these 21 days. So 21 of us together joined hands together. In 21 days, we wrote this book and we published this book.
Oh,
Awesome.
awesome, awesome. Very, very good. So now it's 2 p.m. on the clock at the moment. I will take you off the screen and we will start playing the episode. Okay?
I signed up for the update by the government, and everything adds on. So I wake up, everything was absolutely fine, and the only thing I had was mild throat pain. Instead of thinking anything else, what can be done better, or like maybe getting into the reason, I concluded myself that yes, it is COVID. 90% I already concluded. So I am looking for that opportunity to make myself confirm that okay, once if I go to hospital, yes, doctor will confirm that it is COVID. I could not manage my time at all because 24/7 I have been thinking about this. I mean, 80 to 90% of my consciousness is completely occupied with this. So I could not find solutions. I could not manage my time. Everything was just falling apart. When I'm helping others, it's time for me to help myself. Then I apply the same equation to myself, E plus R. So I realized that this event, whatever is happening, is not in our control. Outcome, either it is desirable or undesirable. Outcome, if it is undesirable, yes, I may have COVID, and desirable is no. In both the cases, if I'm mentally prepared, yes, if it is yes, I am living in a place which is much more safer compared to other places where government is doing its best to provide the best solution to come out of whatever crisis is going on.
For people who are currently going through turmoil, especially financially, if you have a business that suddenly you have to close your doors, I think in India, a lockdown, would it be a similar kind of mindset? How would you suggest people cope with this?
Short answer to your question is yes. Mindset is very, very important. Though we are in a very, very difficult situation here. It's a crisis that none of us have seen in our lifetime. Leave alone me, my father hasn't seen something like this before. So he's 75 years old and he hasn't seen anything like this in his entire lifetime. The point is that, it's important to understand that yes, this is a tough situation. It's something that you haven't seen before in your lifetime. But let's realize that every tough situation, every challenge that is put forward in front of us is actually a window to our growth and to a window to an opportunity. Now, the moment you change that mindset from a victim mindset to a survivor mindset, you will slowly be able to see those opportunities. Now, yes, there are businesses that are closed. But look at, for example, Zoom, the software that we are using right now to shoot our video. Their stocks are booming. And why is it booming? Because there is a huge business opportunity for them right now. Physical offices, physical work is zeroed down almost. But it has sprung up the online work culture. It has sprung up the time availability with families. It has sprung up the time that you can invest in your personal growth by reading books, doing some course, or learning some skills, or doing some hobbies that you have been parking aside because you were so busy or so tied up with your business or work. So, start seeing from that point of view. And I promise when you're out of this crisis in few months or whatever time period that you come out of this, you will see yourself at a very different pedestal altogether. And you will be proud of yourself.
Well, it's a difficult question because I don't think that I'm in crisis. I believe in a contract that life has, that shit will happen. But also in the fine print of the universal contract that you have in life, it says, "Thou shall not dwell in shit. Thou shall convert it into fertilizer."
There were 3 times you actually lost almost everything that you have. How do you manage to stand up? Are you willing to share one of those with us?
I would give you a sentence that I've wrote, and I think that it's right. And people that have been through a big crisis and they came up on the other side will agree with me. You are refined, not defined by your adversities and challenges. So whatever you go through, just mold you and make you better. I don't give a thought, a second of a day about the problems that I have. I immediately translate them into what are the opportunities that I can use, what is a useful thing that I can do. And I don't think that I am in crisis. Yes, the world is in crisis. Yes, my cash flow suffers significantly. I lost 6 digits since the beginning of the quarter because of the COVID. But I don't look at what I lost. I look at what I'm going to gain and the value. Most important, what is the value I'm going to give to people? How can I change and modify what I do so I could give value to people in the current situation? If I can't change the situation, I need to adapt to the situation. And I know that many people are struggling. And when they hear me, they say, what do you know? I want to tell you, my heart is with you. I'm lucky to put something aside for tough days like this, but it's not a crisis, it's an opportunity.
Hi.
Fun. Avi, I loved your, your perspective.
Yeah, Avi, you are amazing. And even Srijata, I mean, I loved your sense of optimism and how you can help, sorry, how this situation can
Still
help them to
here?
make benefit. Can you hear? Hello,
Yes,
can you?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the perspective of Srijata and also Avi. I'm really grateful to be part of this chat. Thank you so much, Janet. I'm
No.
learning from other speakers.
Yes. I learned a lot actually interviewing various all the 30 people. I've interviewed actually 30 people right now across 10 countries. So maybe some of them are not here with us because of work or something, but because this entire session is getting recorded and there are live chats going on. So it will benefit people. We will put it on YouTube, we'll put it on the website, which I'll share a little later so that everyone can learn and they can contact you for further learnings as well. So while we're waiting actually for questions to come in from the chat, I think I was so excited watching your videos. I forgot to tell people to key in their chats while we are actually watching. So I shall ask you questions first to basically start off and start the ball rolling. So now, I think this period, Singapore extended to 1st of June, it's quite a lot of time at home. So maybe we'll start off with the first question on what are some of the business ideas that you're working on either to, in this period, to gather your business or to prepare yourselves actually for the opportunities that will come later on? We'll start with maybe Srijata, that's on my right, and then we work downwards to Avi and then Rafiya from there.
Super. So, yes, there are multiple things that happened actually. In fact, even before the lockdown was imposed as a country in India, where I'm living right now, I kind of took a self isolation for a week before. 15th of March, I've been, sitting inside house. So my first question to myself was, okay, I know for a fact that my, for the next 2 3 months, and of course in my quarters, all the events, all the talks are going to get, washed out. So what is the next thing that I can do to stay present in my, in my prospects or in my audience's mind? So as I started asking myself that question, that's when I came up with the idea of starting a video series. And then eventually that went into an online course and so on and so forth. So I think first thing I did was asking the right questions to myself and then making sure to answer those questions, taking the right decisions. And one among them was, as I said, starting a video series to stay updated as well as live in my audience's mind. And secondly, I'm also doing an online course. And very interestingly, Janet, the moment I started doing these video series, I started getting calls and invitations to talk online. So my audience remains same, only my stage has changed. And that's an amazing quick turnaround. I never expected it would to happen that easily, but it did, and that's the fun part of it.
Srijata, I think there's a comment from the public that your microphone is stuttering a little bit. Could you put it a little closer so they can hear you a little bit better? Okay, so while Srijata is actually adjusting, let's go to Avi. Avi, what have you been working on?
Oh, quite a lot of things. First, we increase our team because adversity is a time to attack back and just give much more value. The first thing that we do, we created Mojo series, which is moments of joyous optimism, and it's based on the book of Lenny, the nine things that you could do to become more optimistic, which is everlasting optimism. The second one, we're going to be on 7th of May. The first one, we got a full house. People couldn't get in because of the maximum of Zoom for 100. So 24 people left outside. So
Oh,
we need to upgrade as well. The second one on 7 May will be also with a purpose because we are teaming up with an organization in the Philippines. So since we're increasing stuff in Philippines, we want to contribute where we are. People under lockdown at least until 15th of May. And if they depend on a daily, they don't have savings, so they can't eat. So next Mojo will be by contribution as much as you want, above $5, which basically the amount of fees that we need to pay. And if there's going to be less than $1,000, we're going to fork up the rest, and we're going to get food for people that are stuck and don't have food. Hopefully we're going to arrange so much more for them. We are doing our online program in accelerating progress. We are providing, actually, we found out that a lot of people are getting crazy at home with the kids, and we are providing now guidance with our game. How do you go as a family and play the game, create your own values, and then we teach them how to create from 10 values, the 5 values, and then afterwards draw them as a poster, as a family, draw the values and put them there. Because a lot of frictions coming when you are 24/7 with your kids, you can get mad. And if you have values that you could refer to and the kids could refer, and that really making interesting conversations, and it's easier to make peace. It's easier actually to argue when you put values into things and say, hey mom, you step on the value of respect, you didn't respect me, you just told me off in this way, and it gives better conversation. So yes, so many things. My team is want to kill me because I'm asking more and more and more, and so this is why we have to recruit another person as well.
but it's very inspiring what you are doing, and I totally agree with you. I think parents, especially when you're looking at Singapore, you have working parents, both father and mother, right? So when you put them, everybody together plus school 24/7, it really will hurt a lot of family relationships. Thanks a lot for sharing, Avi. What about Rafiya? What have you been doing?
Besides my personal and professional growth, all the online courses that I have been doing, and the books that I'm reading, we started this helpline for the entrepreneurs and professionals who are having issues to adapt to this new normal. So we created this helpline program as a to help them shift their focus from problems to possibilities and stay resilient, stay positive. So I have a team, we are working and we are providing this free online coaching globally. Besides, we are also raising funds for the impacted families to provide them food and the basic needs in the remote areas. Yeah, so yeah, this is what keeping me busy. I don't have much more time. I think I'm much more busier than before COVID. So I wish and pray this circuit breaker finishes as soon as possible, and people can live with peace, and people can live without fear, but with hope.
Right. But if you were to look at it from the other side of the view, it's because we are all locked down at home and we can't use the cars. Factories cannot manufacture. Actually, the earth has become a much healthier
Oh,
claims.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yes.
if you look at it from a positive perspective, that's one of the areas that you basically can look at. Yeah. So, well, maybe the next question I'd like to ask would be, I think in times like this, Avi did mention about utilizing values to help each other stay positive. Are there any other ways that you can provide advice on how does one stay positive? This question comes from,
Devlin.
yeah, Dave. Let me just, can you all see his question? Let me just,
Interestingly, I'm unable to see anybody's questions.
okay.
I can see it. Devlim is
Is the
asking,
question
how
for me?
does one stay positive? Avi, you want to answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Well,
see it
Dave,
now.
thank you for the question. I actually have a story to answer to you, and it's a famous story in the country I grew up in Israel. There is a regiment that is called 84 Givati, and as they do the BMT, they have to go for 84 kilometers all the way to the Mount of Matzada, where they're going to receive their beret. And what happened is during one of the walk of 84 kilometers, and you're going with about 10, 15, 20 kilograms on your back, one guy had his knee giving way halfway, and he was very heavy, and he didn't want to go on the stretch because he knew it's going to be a burden for all his friends. So he tried to walk faster, limping to his commander and ask him what to do. And his commander told him, it happened to me as well. And when I asked my commander many years ago, what he told me is just go back and see who you could help. And so I did. I went all the way back and found someone that is much more miserable and tried to support that person. And before you know it, it was 50 kilometers, 60 kilometers, 70 kilometers, and 84. And he got the beret with everybody else. So maybe instead of a state of being hopeless, become helpful. And that transition from hopeless to helpful, have something that you could do, because everybody, if you're living in Singapore especially, you are at the top 90% in the world. There's someone that you could help. And I didn't know that some homeless people in Singapore that now try to go into churches. They need food, they need support.
Yeah. True, very
Put
true.
yourself in a position where you could help anyone and help also yourself. Exercise, make a decision that you're going to do yourself better. Use the time, read, learn, grow, laugh. Think about what you could do today, not tomorrow, what you could do today to make a better day for yourself and other people.
Great. Thanks, Avi. Srijata or Rafia, will you care to share?
May I?
Sure.
Thank you, Avi. That was such an amazing and inspiring story. And it's very true to add to what you have shared, that helping others is something which actually helps us to be more strong. Like, for example, like if I am head of the family, when my rest of my family is in a miserable situation, I cannot keep myself in the same position because I'm a head of the family and I need to maintain that strength. So exactly, like when we take this decision to help others, naturally we gain that strength. And as Avi says, we transit, we shift our focus from being hopeless to be helpful to someone else. And the best part about is we become more creative than before, because if we are being empathetic, and if we are accepting the situation that yes, I am responsible and there is something that I can do, that immediately what happens, we find ways to help the other person in the best possible way. So in that process we tend to become more and more creative, which is amazing. So I feel that helping others, being empathetic, is the best possible way to stay positive and be creative to find solutions.
Right. Great. Great. Srijata?
Yeah, I agree with both of them. And in fact, I'd just like to say one thing here, and that's from a lighter perspective. When you're helping others, instead of being hopeless about yourself, your mind actually concentrates on being helping the other person. And in that process, what happens is you forget about your own challenges.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that it's a, I would say, if you look at that way, it's an escape mechanism also from that pain to the positivity. We always find escape mechanisms to go to the pain from positivity. Here I'm saying escape mechanism that can really help you to go from pain to positivity. So try this out, I'm sure you'll love it.
Right. Great, great. So right now, let's go around. Probably we'll start from Rafiya, Avi, and then Srijata to share some of what you felt are your challenges actually in terms of switching from whatever that you have been doing from your business point of view previously prior COVID to currently in COVID, and then how are you tackling that?
Okay. Very interesting question, Janet. At a professional level, yeah, definitely. There are many things which are quite unexpected because, especially in my area, which is there is a requirement to connect people face to face. That's where there is more impact because it's a shift in mindset. It's connecting with the people at an emotional level, helping them to build the emotional resilience. So it is a bit challenging for me to do online, but I'm trying to do my best to work on my um, techie skills. The lighting, audio quality. I'm still learning, so I think um, that's the major issue that I'm facing, and I'm in transition. But I'm hopeful that it's slowly, eventually, we will get back. We will adapt to this new normal because there's always hope.
Yes, yes. Thank you for
True
sharing,
that, true that.
Rafiya.
Thank you.
Yeah. Avi?
Oh, challenges. You
Mm.
always challenges. I say that if you are above 50 and you wake up and nothing aches, you're probably dead. Um,
That's funny.
I love that
so
That's
definition.
there's
awesome.
always challenges. A challenge, I need to set up very fast a production place in two cities, in Dwelling Up and in Singapore. Now, you can't get better cameras. You can't get it. And they want to send it to you 2 months from now, but we need it now. So there's lack of
Yes,
equipment for video.
that's true.
So that's a challenge that is number one. So we have to do with the quality that you see me now, and I want to be much better professional. Um, we actually work a lot from home. So for us, we are international. We work in Manila, in Israel, in Singapore, in Holland. So we are very used to work together as a virtual team. I think challenges is our clients suffer, and we need to make a decision. Sometimes, are we going to give discounts and concessions? So that's a big thing that we are very careful of. At the same time, we'd rather give some value in a small dosage and not reduce our fees. So that's a challenge. There's many other challenges and new applications that we need to master. And the way we overcome it is with mastermind group. I'm very, very um, delighted that I have a few people that are smarter than me that still think that I'm smart enough to join their mastermind group. And the knowledge that you receive from your peers and people that are slightly better than you. And what I recommend to you is look for people that are better than you that still could tahan and suffer you and add value to them. And this is a mindset. When you go to any group, don't think about what can I get from them. Think what can I contribute to them and stick to that. And you can ask questions and they will lovely ask you. And associations, like we have associations of speakers, and I think all of us belong to the same association.
That's true.
And another thing,
APSS.
look at you, Janet. Look at the way that you're asking us all these questions, but you're actually a big role model. And I think one of the reasons that I wanted to, and I agreed to take the time to be with you because you're such an amazing human being. And I
True.
remember how one time you came to me and you agreed with me on something, and you could get away with it, but you came to me and you stand to your values, to your core, even though it would cost you a lot of money. you made sure that you gonna go with your values rather with an opportunity. And forever that moment, I respected you as a leader and see what value you're giving to people.
Thank
You're
you.
creating and interviewing and bringing value. So it's so easy to be interviewed just by you and get the credit that you're bringing all of us. But I think that people should know and give respect to you for the loads of hard work that you're putting
Yes.
in order to give value to you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yes, Janet, you deserve it all. Seriously.
No, no. This episode is about you, right? So let's get back to you, Avi. Thank you so much. Yes, I really learned a lot during this journey. Whether was it when I was writing the book on effective Asian leadership, or even right now, because it's through these interviews that I understand the challenges, and a lot of my ideas come from all these interviews as well. I wouldn't want to take credit for everything, but I really enjoy doing this. It's a really, you are right, it's really hard work. I think my husband was just asking me last night. My son is actually doing all the subtitling. The first cut is done by me.
Okay.
Everything else is done by him. So he was asking me. I say, if he's, because right now he's in army, and
Oh,
he he's working from home, so he does have some time to help out. So if he's not helping me, my husband was asking, so what are you going to do? I say, I don't know. I'll probably be working 24 hours. I'll just have to not have such great quality or subtitles for the episodes. But like what you said, Avi, I think without people helping us, without a mastermind group, without a group and a team to work with you, it's really difficult to pull off projects. You may have all the ideas, but I think the implementation part will be very challenging. Yeah.
So true. So
So,
true.
okay, now coming back to Srijata, would you want to share a little bit about what are your challenges and how you are overcoming it?
Yeah, I think what Avi said was very well. In terms of the tech stuffs, for example, the right lighting, the right cameras, the right, the audios. We just had the audio problem right now. So yes, that is, I think, one of the biggest challenges that I am facing. But fortunately, I think for some way, I think I had anticipated this thing would happen. So I had already ordered some of the stuffs even before the lockdown was imposed. So just 2 days
wow.
before the lockdown was imposed, I received the light. and, and that actually helped me a lot. And I'm using it right now as we speak. And that's how you're able to see me well. But the point is, yes, you're right. So two things I did to, go through the challenges, or rather deal with the challenges in a manner that would not stop me from growing. So one thing, I decided that no matter what's the quality, I would go ahead and do it anyway. So whether it is a video or audio or any other product that I'm coming out with, no matter how bad, worse, horrible the quality is, I'm going to still come out with it. In fact, my husband kept telling me, he's my worst critic, all right, and he kept telling me that it's horrible, the quality is horrible, you can't do anything about it. I said, forget it, doesn't matter, the content matters. Right now I can't do anything about the quality. So that was one thing that I did. And the second thing that I did was being part of mastermind groups. So as we speak, I am part of three groups, in fact more than that. I think one group that talks about books. So we read every week a book and then we review those books. So now in a week, I'm not only reading the book that I am supposed to read, I'm reading another 10 books because those people are sharing those books with us.
It's a
The
great
individual books.
idea.
Yeah, so that's one thing that I'm doing. Second thing, I'm part of a group which is bringing out online course together. So they are bringing out their individual online courses and sharing the learning, sharing the challenges, sharing this what works for them, etc., etc. So that is making my job way more easier than it would have otherwise. I'm also part of a group called 30-Day Video Challenge, which is again an initiative by Professional Speakers Association, where we are creating videos on our content for 30 days in a row. So it's pushing us to take action in the right direction instead of just waiting for things to come into place. So these are some of the things that I'm doing to get rid of those challenges. I think other than that, yes, sometimes the Zoom bandwidth or video conferencing bandwidth becomes a challenge. Leaving the kids apart, I think I'm pretty okay. Yeah, worst thing that has happened is in India we are truly dependent on our maids, on our on our house help and on our cooks, and I don't have either of them. So you can imagine with what I do for my profession, I also have to do my personal and house related chores. So that is the biggest challenge, I guess.
Right, right. Now, thank you so much. Basically, we have Dave said thank you so much for sharing the information that you have. So the other thing I would like to tell the audience would be if you need to contact any one of our speakers or guests in the show, let me just share screen with you what you can do. Basically, you can go to Leadership During Crisis website, and then you can scroll down to see all the videos. Today we have the episode with Rafiya, Srijata, and Avi. And when you choose to watch it again on this particular video itself, you can also contact them directly if you would like to, because their contact is actually all on the website. So if you need to contact Rafia, Srijata, or Avi, just click on the site on questions that you like to ask them as well. So let me just get back to the screen with the rest of the guests. Okay, thank you so much. We are already 3 minutes after 2:30 for taking your precious time to share with us your opinions, experiences, and insights. So do not hesitate actually to contact any of our guests if you have questions and participate in any of the programs that they are planning as well. Thank you so much, Surijata, Avi, and Rafia.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for your
Thank you.
time. Okay,
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Janet, for calling us.
bye. See
Thank you.
you.
Thank you
Bye.
for
See
the
you.
thank you for your effort.